Yo, what is going on today, guys? We're back here for another tournament video. Today, we're going to be talking about my 6th place run that I just did at this recent tournament. So yeah, we ended up at 6th place. We played double Greninja Suicune. This is the first time I played this deck in a tournament since we actually went undefeated and won the other tournament for it, which is like pretty funny. And yeah, as we can see here, my matches were a bunch of different Magnezone variants going into Swiss. We had the one loss to a Magnezone Galvantula. Ended up tying for the final round of Swiss, where I ended up winning in both top 32, top 16, with the unfortunate loss in top 8. I feel like we had some pretty good games though, and I feel like we haven't had a tournament video in a while, so I just wanted to make a video about it. We can go into the deck list right now, and yeah, this is my classic double Greninja Suicune. I like this Frogadier and Suicune specifically. I think in other builds, I like the other one more that is like colorless for 30. But I think it's Suicune specifically, bruh. I like this one for multiple reasons. One could be using the Greninja to swap it in. If you have two Froakies to, do 40 damage to his or a Choreo, swap out, go back into the Suicune, or even a Greninja to tank a hit. You could also use it if you go second and then swap out into a Suicune to preserve the energy. Or, there's just a bunch of like different scenarios where I like it, like a Froakie 20 into the Frogadier going second, 40 to knock out a 60 HP basic. And I've seen obviously other builds use the other one. I think they all have their like pros and cons. I don't like Indeedee. I just hate opening it. I know it does increase the power level of the deck a lot. I just really hate clocking my Pokeballs and leading with it, as I just said. So we are playing double Irida because of that. I'm also playing double Giant Cape. I've seen some builds, the one Giant Cape with the double Cyrus. I think that is also nice. I think the cape is just like specifically there because I'm just not trying to lose Altaria. But the double Cyrus could definitely be really good. Besides that, Mars, Pokeballs, Rare Candies, etc. This is my favorite version of Suicune, so this is why I play the double Greninja build. I feel like when I was playing, I still also think it's a pretty decent build, because it just did pretty good in Pokemon's tournament that was going on actually today. This tournament is going to be a couple days old, but I feel like the meta is still a bunch of Suicunes, Hydreigons, and as like the one of the worst matchups right now is like the Ori Magnezone, because you only have the one Greninja, but I still think it's fine. It's also good into like all the Altaria variants, which is like the main reason I'm playing Greninja, just because I hate Altaria. Enough the deck list, bro. If you do want to see like a more descriptive thing, I probably talked about it a little bit more in the tournament win. You can definitely check that out on my channel. And I guess before we get into the games, we can just go back to the tournament and we just go to the standings. So yeah, the tournament ended up getting won by Gren Absol. I had a bunch of Hydreigons, and so I feel like if I was actually able to beat the Suicune, I feel like I had a very favorable matchup into everything else. So super unfortunate that we ended up losing to some bad luck in my personal opinion. But that's just a game we play, Suicune, dude, mirror matches, it really does come down to who draws better and goes second sometimes. And that, let's just say, might have not happened for me. Yeah, I think that's enough yapping, bro. Only a top 8. It's not a win, so not the best placement, but, dude, top 8 in my books, still pretty good. And I think we can get into the Swiss rounds, which I will be commentating over because I did record them with no mic on. However, when we do get into top 32, top 16 and top 8, we will be having the live reaction, as I was streaming the tournament as soon as we made top cut. Yeah, so for the first round of Swiss, we are up against a Magnezone or Choreo. You can see here they use Alicia, but they don't actually end up placing the second Magnemite down. The reasoning for that is because they are trying to limit the potential plus 20 damage it will give my Suicune. However, we get super lucky in top deck of Mars, because I'm assuming my opponent didn't want to place it down, mainly because they were going to go for an aggro Magneton into the Magnezone, because they want to limit the amount of damage and my possibility to actually one-shot the Ton, because I would have to have I think 3 basics as well, and I didn't place any last turn. But with the top deck Mars, we did get that out of their hands, so that could potentially brick them in the late game. They did get a Clemont, however, so they are going to have double Magneton as well as none of the deck. But we get a super lucky top deck into the Pokeball. And in this situation, like, I had 2 options. I could either attack with the Suicune, I do 40 damage, and I'm not even going to be able to 2-tap something like a Zone. So I'm going to be in like a pretty bad position. So I feel like I just go for the Froakie, and I basically bank on drawing the Rare Candy to go into the Gren EX because like my Suicune's just not doing enough damage. I also swap out so I don't have to play around the confusion stuff, which is really good for me. And yeah, so we actually end up getting the Rare Candy off the Suicune draw. And then we also get another Pokeball. And the reason that this Pokeball being a Froakie is really good, once the zone attacks my Gren EX, I will be able to actually swap out into the Froakie and, you know, put the energy and then swap back out to get rid of the confusion. I also, you know, I still have that energy on the Suicune, so I could also just attack with that. But like, you know, for example, if I didn't have the Iridas, or if I didn't have a second Irida, which I have the second Irida, so not like it really matters. But I wouldn't obviously want to attack with the Suicune because I wouldn't want the Oricorio to revenge KO me. However, with the double Irida, it was just like, you know, like a thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, they just attacked me, dude. The double Irida is going to be super clutch. We also have the Frogadier into the Greninja. So I'm just feeling pretty good at this point. I mean, like they don't have a Magnemite yet. I'm going to be, I still can't, the downside is I still wouldn't be able to attack with the Frogadier because I do have to obviously like retreat or like put the other energy on this weekend because I'm not going to bank on a 50-50, you know, because of the Magnezone's ability in attack. So yeah, we just attack the Magnezone and we take the point. And you know, if we don't find any other basics, I will just win in 2 turns. The crazy thing about this is you will see it in a second, but obviously, you know, I am going to start drawing through my deck more because of the Suicune is in the active spot and they actually find another Magnemite. But in just 2 seconds, I end up top decking the Cyrus actually, which allows me to obviously Cyrus in the Magnemite, and then my Greninja will be able to get a KO on these Oricorios in the following turns, which literally just like basically guarantees me the game no matter what. And yeah, Cyrus was super lucky. I necessarily didn't need it because, you know, with the funny thing about the new zone is it doesn't one-shot, you know, Greninja. So I always could have like waited the turn, got a KO of Greninja and stuff like that, but you know, obviously the Cyrus just wraps things up. And yeah, we just KO the Magnemite. Next turn we just knock out the Oricorio, and that's how we win game 1 of Swiss. So for the next game, we are going first once again, and we are actually going up against an Altaria Greninja player. And I start going first with the Froakie. And you know, usually I like to Professor Research first and then go for the Pokeball because, you know, I want to guarantee the Suicune. But with my hand, the reason I went with the Pokeball first is because mathematically I had a 2 out of 3 to find a Suicune. I only had 1 Froakie left in the deck. And I also wanted to thin out the deck for me to find the Rare Candy Gren EX because that's going to be very pivotal for me to win this match. And I actually Professor Research into the exact 2 cards I was trying to find. So I got very lucky. They also didn't hit me with hand disruption, and they did say in with the Swablu. I feel like actually swapping into the Chingling would have been the right play. Obviously, I am fine with this. At the end of the day, if they did go Chingling, I could have just swapped in the Suicune and, you know, played the patient game. So it wasn't like the worst situation, but I definitely think they should have swapped into the Chingling, just based on the fact that I had a Froakie lead. But yeah. Yeah, we just won Gren EX. You know, we swap into the Suicune to be able to tank a hit. And if they try to put me to sleep, doesn't matter. We have the Gren EX to swap around. I feel like that's like the main reason I really like Gren EX. Just I'm so sick of status conditions like paralyzed, sleep, that having, you know, the access always to just like, you know, swap whenever I need to. Kind of like, you know, back when I was playing Guzz. And that's probably like one of the main reasons. I used to really love Guzz. So I think the fact that like Greninja just gives me so much of that Celesteela vibe, bro, is just like the main reason. However, you know, we knock out 1 Swablu, we don't have to worry about like a potential Sting play or like a potential 2 Mega Alterias in a late game. And yeah, they get a Greninja. Doesn't really matter because, you know, we have the Iridas, so they won't be able to one-shot my thing still. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else for me to do besides just, you know, use the Irida, get my Greninja back to full HP. Like the slightly annoying thing, and what I was basically worried about is, you know, obviously double Greninjas will let my opponent win the game because that's going to let Altaria do 170 damage, provided they have another basic for the back, which they would have, you know, one more Chingling. So I was like looking at their hand says and basically looking at how much they're attacking. I was like, ah, dude, I mean, if they have it, they have it. I mean, there's really no counterplay that I had because, you know, I don't have a red card. I have Mars in my deck. They do have a third basic, but they only had the Frogadier. Oh yeah, they were actually playing Furfura. I actually kind of forgot about that, but yeah, they didn't have it. So in this situation, because I already have 2 KOs and I have obviously the Greninja plus the Suicune ready to attack. If the Mega Altaria wants to stay in an attack, you know, I'm going to be able to do 100 damage first. And I'm swapping into the Suicune, because the Suicune, obviously, you know, I only have 4 basics in my deck. So if I don't find the other one, my Suicune wouldn't be able to do 100 damage. So I wanted to guarantee the 100 damage this turn, so I can win guaranteed next turn by knocking out anything. They could have like theoretically swapped into their Greninja and take the hit, but I also just needed to find one more basic because they wouldn't be able to take a KO. So yeah, that's how we ended up taking game 2. For the third game, I actually kind of forgot to record the beginning of it, but basically we started Suicune and we were able to, you know, take a couple hits by Absols. We ended up getting 1 swing off. And they are going to be able to knock me out with the Dark Ride chip damage. However, because of the giant cape on the Frogadier, I am going to be able to take an Absol hit because, you know, they already used that ping. So if they stay in, they are risking me potentially top decking a Greninja and auto winning, which is going to force my opponent to actually end up swapping out. And I also didn't have a Cyrus when they attacked with the Absol on the previous turn, as you see. I'm pretty sure by the Professor Research, I either get it from the Professor Research or I end up top decking it. Let's see. Yeah. So I end up finding my Cyrus as well as the Greninja. So in this situation, my only loss condition was going to be to a, what's the word I'm looking for? To a Sabrina. I actually think I should have rare candied the back. At the same time, obviously the Sabrina wouldn't, like, they could also just Sabrina. No, yeah. So the reason I should have evolved at the back was like worst case situation. They also wouldn't be able to do because they didn't have 2 energies on the Mega Absol. But my loss condition was going to be a Sabrina. So I don't attack the Magnemite because I don't have any swap cards, so they wouldn't be able to, you know, swap out and attack on the same turn with anything. And I already have the Cyrus, and, you know, they don't have any hand disruption left, I'm pretty sure. Or like I have like such few cards left that it wouldn't matter. I probably would get it back. So that's essentially the reason that I didn't attack that turn, and we are guaranteed to win with the Cyrus. So yeah, we got like super lucky that they led the Mega Absol. We got that 1 attack off with the Suicune, and we were able to live with that cape. And that's really like, I love just 2 cape, bro. I just love the fact that like with 2 capes I always find them. I want that extra room honestly to like run something like a copycat or even like a second Cyrus, but like the cape is just too good, bro. We even get like a second Greninja, which is like really good. Worst case scenario if we didn't have the Cyrus, obviously, but we just end up getting the Cyrus. We attack the Absol, and obviously, you know, we are defeating a Mega. That is going to be 3 points. And that is how we are going to be able to win game 3 of Swiss. So for the next match, we are going up against Magnezone Joltik. So we're back into the Magnezones, dude. I say back when we just faced one, actually. So far, we faced Dark Zone, we faced Oricorio Magnezone, and now we are facing the Spider Zone. I have a very, very strong lead where I end up having Suicune, Froakie. They do lead Joltik though, so like they are doing 50 damage. Obviously, well, I guess anything would have done Froakie, so they are going second, so they do get to do that before, you know, I could do anything. And we also get the last Pokeball, so our deck is like fully thinned out from basics, which is like the really good thing. However, we don't actually end up top decking a rare candy, which I really wanted to be able to swap, you know, this Froakie out of the active. Because of like the way just Galvantula is, I basically put the energy on the Froakie, and I'm pretty sure I have like a rare candy and like 2, obviously I have 2 rare candies. I'm pretty sure I have 1 Professor Research left out of 7. And I just feel like the Suicune, like, so like they used Lycia last turn and they didn't place any basics down. So I was like, I feel like if I put the energy on Suicune, they wouldn't place these basics down. So I was like, okay, let me just go for the Greninja. I have like a really, or like a decent chance of getting it, like super high, but And you can see here, like they take the knockout, so they are going to be at 2. And I'm like, dude, okay, if I can actually Mars them and they don't find any evolution this next turn, like I'm gonna be able to just like sweep through. If I can't find a Gren EX, worst case scenario, I could take one more hit. And we get the giant care, bro, which is like low-key not doing a single thing. But you know, we have a 3 out of 5 chance to end up finding the rare candy. Worst case scenario, we find the Professor Research, and the last 2 cards are going to be the rare candy. But I'm basically in a situation now where like I basically have to have my opponent just never find a zone, never find a Cyrus, and never find like a second Galvantula. That is basically the win condition that I am going with. And you know, I did Mars him to 2. So I mean, there was like a pretty high chance of me being able to bring this back. I think I put the cape on the back so we can, or maybe I just keep the, I think I keep the cape in my hand because like, no, yeah, so I put it on the back so we can, that's what I thought. I think I was like debating on where to put it, but I think I wanted to put it on there so when I air it up, I wouldn't be able to get knocked out by like a zone. But I think it actually adds up because I'm going to be at 110 HP, so I would get knocked out anyways. But I don't think the cape really mattered. They end up putting a Magnemite in the active, which is like super good for me because this is going to basically tell me that they don't have any evolution. So as long as I can get this knockout on the following turn, I will get the guaranteed win. Because even something like a Cyrus won't let them win anymore because the Irida will get them out of range, obviously, of a Magneton attack if that is something that they had in their hand. And we also have like double Irida too, so we can do back-to-back Iridas to play around a zone on that Suicune as well in case they did end up top decking it. So I would be able to swap out and attack and then swap back into the Gren EX and win like that as well. But yeah, you know, we just attacked you. I think the Mars was definitely the star of the show in this match. And they end up conceding because they don't have an evolution. Gren EX will just be able to knock them out. I think in like 5, 4, 3. I was so close. 2 seconds off. And yeah, that's how we ended up winning game 4, going 4-0 right away in Swiss. Next matchup is against another Spider Zone. And once again, dude, I'm going first, which is like very bad for me. I find a Suicune. And I'm like, all right, you know, I have the rare candy. If I could just find a Gren EX, I'm not in the worst position. And I'm like in this like scenario where they Lycia, they placed down both the mites. I really just need a Gren EX, dude. And I don't find it. I have Frogadier plus Irida, and I feel like because of the way just, you know, the Galvantula and the zone is, if I swap out the Suicune, I'm gonna be so energy, like I'm gonna be like so down on energy that I don't think I'll be able to win with just a solo Gren EX unless my opponent bricks for like 5 turns. And because I'm already 4-0 in the tournament, I just have to win one more match. I basically, like, you see here, I'm like basically debating on what to do. I basically just say fuck it, dude, because like I'm like generally like guaranteed top cut. I'm pretty sure I can even like tie to get a top cut as well after this. But yeah, I just need to win like one more game out of like 2 rounds. So I just say screw it, bro. I just go for the super risky play, as I was trying to say before the dog started barking. And they had Galvantula, and I just conceded because there's no coming back from that. And you know, it was a risk play, bro, but I just ended up going for it. So it just is what it is. So yeah, we finally take the first loss of the tournament. Our 5th match is going to be, actually no, our 6th match is going to be against Magnemite Wheezing, dude. I've been seeing up next about 77 doing really good with this deck at various tournaments, dude. So the fact that I feel like this is like a really cool cook. Once again, they were going first, dude. We're just going first with Froakie like every single game, by the way. I feel like that's just like the story of this tournament. I don't know what is like with me having a 50-50 chance, because you know I either have Suicune or I have the Froakie, and I feel like I always end up having the Froakie, dude, and always going first as well. But at least we have the rare candy plus the Greninja EX, so we basically swap out so we can draw cards as well as tank a hit, and we find the second Froakie, so like not doing pretty bad. And my opponent is forced to have like a Wheezing to take a hit, or else, you know, there is everything's gonna get one shot by a Gren EX in the following turn. They have the Wheezing. One thing I was like actually super scared of was obviously Koga after attacking. I actually kind of debated on, they also copycat 3 for 3, so that just tells me they basically didn't have anything in the hand. But yeah, I was like super actually like debating on whether I wanted to attack that Wheezing or just take one more turn of like setup and like swap Suicunes out. I ended up actually going for the attack though. You will see, you know, once it shifts to my turn. Because I was like, you know, man, I feel like if they just have Koga, like they have to have Koga and Magnezone in 4 cards. And they only have one Koga, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember from the tournament. So I was like, dude, I mean, I feel like if they just have that, they have it right. Like, they just use Copycat. I feel like I want to go on the aggressive because if I just give them time, it's not really good for me. And if I actually end up attacking this Weezing, I drew the regular Greninja. So if I actually did find like a rare candy, like I know it's a 1 out of 9 top deck, dude. I had to Professor Research still. I would be able to knock out the Weezing with the ping damage and get the first attack on the zone. But they end up red carding me. We find a rare candy back. We have Mars and a giant cape. Unfortunately, we aren't able to find the regular Greninja. We find a double Greninja EX though, and they have the zone. They didn't have Koga though. So we basically evolve into the second Greninja EX. So I'm able to pivot around for free, you know, because we have 2 swaps per turn now. And I can start getting rid of the poison damage. This is also going to help me start playing around the zone confusion. I know it's like not confusion, but it's basically the same thing as confusion, dude. It's just, you know, for 1 turn when it attacks. So, yeah. I like the, obviously like the Gren pings are nice in some situations, but I feel like in this matchup, I think, you know, just the double Gren. Because I really need to play around those coin flips. So I just feel like that literally was like the best way for me to be able to do that. And they actually end up, you know, going for the Cyrus on my Suicune. And I have the Mars in my hand. And, you know, my opponent hasn't played any other basics down. But I'm like, I either, you know, I guarantee win in 2 turns. Or I Mars them. And I knock out the Magnezone, right? And I'm like, surely they don't find another basic. Or, like, if they find a basic, surely they don't find an evolution after me Marsing them. Like, I know they still have, like, 1 Professor Research in hand. But I just feel like in my mind, Marsing them to 1 was the correct play. I guess maybe it wasn't. Maybe I should have just waited for them to play a basic. But I end up using it. And I also have the Iridos, which is nice. It's going to put my, you know, Greninjas back at good HP range. With like worst case scenario, they find something. But yeah, we just go for the attack. And I'm just going to say, dude, I was almost about to have a stroke. Because I Mars them into Professor Research. Not only did they find the Magnemite, they found the Mega Absol. I genuinely, I was sweating. I genuinely thought my Mars was about to give my opponent the game. Which is actually super crazy to think about. Like I said, the good thing is I had the Irida to prevent, you know, my Gren from getting knocked out by the Irida. Or not by the Absol. So, you know, I would have more Pokemon 2 tank hits, and they already did waste 1 Cyrus, which they only had 1 on the Suicune. So I'm going to have the pivot power, but I was scared of a Mega Absol and then like another fast zone, and I just like don't have the HP to deal with that. And then obviously before I attack, I end up swapping to the other Greninja to play around the zone attack, obviously, because I would rather not take a 50-50 coin flip. And like obviously, you know, I have 2 Gren EX. I will be able to 2-tap the Absol, but I was just like really scared of like the zone coming out. That was like my main issue. Because, you know, there's so little things on the board now that like my Suicune is only going to be doing 60 damage if they, you know, use a cape on the Magnezone. I wouldn't be able to do like Suicune attack into a Gren EX and get the knockout. So that's like the one thing I was scared of. And they had the Ton, bro. They had the Ton. I'm like, there's no way I just lost because my Mars. They attacked me. Thank God though, bro. I top decked the Irida. I literally top decked the Irida, coming in clutch. Now everything even lives a zone attack as well. And obviously, you know, if they can't find the zone, the Mega Absol and the Magneton will fall to a Gren EX attack. And we are able to win the 6th game. You know, you will see in a couple seconds when my opponent concedes, or maybe we get the final attack off. I can't remember which one happens. But they don't find the zone, so we are guaranteed the win. And that puts us at 5-1, guaranteeing top cut. I did end up tying with my last opponent because there was no reason. Me and him were the only people. And not the only people, but we were just, you know, at the top of the leaderboard. So yeah, we just ended up tying. There's no reason for us to play. And we both guaranteed top cut just like that. And now, like I said earlier, we will be moving on to the live portion of the tournament. Like theoretically, I think we're more favored. It's still 50-50, but the Gren EX has like sometimes is better. But we definitely got cooked last night when we were playing this deck. In the other top cut and top 32 or top 64, actually it was. Going first, we don't love to see it, bro. However, not a bad hand, not gonna cap. So, like a Froakie lead would be pretty nice. They're just playing the classic double Gren Indeedee version with the 1EX. Oh, they have the Indeedee lead. We couldn't have actually. I mean, there's still a chance we can lose this somehow, but like, we should hopefully be in a really decent situation. Gonna double Pokeball now. And gonna place Giant Cape. I don't think he would have red carded me knowing I have one basic in hand. He might. I just don't need to place them down yet. I kind of want to see what my opponent has. The Gren Alt is actually really huge as well. I think I might still put the energy on the Suicune. Only because they have that Indeedee lead, so I am going to get like one attack off for free. But at the same time, like the Greninja is just some nice consistent damage. Yeah, I'm gonna go the Greninja EX. I think it's just better, bro, low-key. Because it kind of forces them to have the Greninja EX. I mean, if they do have it, I could always like split energies, but they're gonna be also down on it. Like they can't attack next turn, which is like the good thing. Or like they will. Yeah, I'll put the cape on now. Play around Mars or red card or something like that. And let's see, they are playing one Gren EX. They are playing Copycat, Irida, Mars, double. Okay, so one cape, one Irida with Copycat. So they're playing no Frogadier. They probably have rare candy though, I feel like, right? Let me see no rare candy this turn, bro. I don't want to see any ping damage. They might not be using it for like two reasons. One, they might be trying to okay, well, they have rare candy. Which one is going to be? They have their one copy of Gren EX, which is honestly kind of insane that they have that. I'm almost okay. If I don't find an Irida, I'm almost debating on letting them come in first, because I low-key don't mind that. Also, if I get a rare candy, I will probably go for like a Froakie place down maybe, and then I could always like do something like that. But let's see. All right, we find Irida. We have Professor Research. I'm not actually gonna use this. Gren EX. I'm gonna be super greedy because I don't have a Froakie yet. And with the Irida, I don't mind doing the damage onto this dude. I even might go for like a double Gren EX game. But basically, I feel like having this Indeedee weak is kind of just nice. For like future Cyrus stocks or something. I'm hoping no Froakie this turn or like no Mars, because I actually genuinely need that Irida. Which they don't use yet, which is good for me. They are going to have no second attacker, so this Gren EX will have to stay in the active if they want it to. Irida on their end would also be pretty annoying, but if I can get a Gren, then it's fine. Yeah, so I have 6 cards left? Yeah, okay, I bet. Yeah, we need an Irida up. We could do this. And we can full bench. If they only have Irida, they go up to 130, which would be pretty annoying. But I also could just swap out, make them not, you know, get a KO. And yeah, I feel like no Irida this game. I feel like no Irida this turn I win. I'm not necessarily win, but I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot, but yeah, let's just Professor Research. Let's just see what happens. Rare candy. I'm gonna rare candy actually into the Gren. I just don't really need the pings. Like I could, for example, I could have evolved to the pings and started pinging the Indeedee, but like I just don't think I'd rather have the safe play. And I do 100 now, right? Yeah. I'm going to swap in the Suicune basically to prevent them from being able to like use like Cyrus and Mars in the same turn, because I am going to be guaranteed to get Cyrus. So, and if they use Mars, they can't get a KO, bro. And then I'm just like kind of like in a very dominant position. Either way, I mean, I only have what, 5 cards left. So like if they Mars me, I still have 2 out of 5 to get it. So it's not even that bad. Yeah, GG's. Damn, they didn't have Mars or Irida. That's kind of, or maybe they just attacked because they knew it was over. But nice. 1 on the board. Yeah, I had a really good starting hand in that on DD lead. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna take that all every day. Like, if they start in DD, bro, it's like legit just their fault. Like, I can't even like feel bad for them because that's just like the classic in DD, you know. But I'm definitely glad. Like, the being up 1 game is really good because, like, you know, I could just lose 2 more, bro, if we're gonna be real. But let's hopefully not. Let's just hopefully not. Like, let me see like a Froakie and DD lead. You know, I wouldn't mind, bro. Like, I actually would generally, like, you know what? Like, I would love to see that for them. They get Suicune though, is fine because we're going second. And like, I'm not super. I mean, if they get Froakie plus the 1 copy of Gren EX and like they got like then like, you know, just is what it is. But yeah, in DD, all right. No Froakies and I'm fine. Let's see. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna need to start seeing a basic. I would love to see a Froakie this turn, but if it's this weekend, I'll take. I mean, if it's this weekend, it's this weekend. Nice. Because now, if they don't Mars me, and if they place a Froakie, I'm going to Rare Candy and Cyrus in the Froakie. Yeah, they Mars me. I'm not really too surprised. I'm not gonna lie. They just, I mean, he didn't have anything else, so I'm not surprised by it. I will say though, that definitely does hurt me because I won't be able to 2-tap this weekend if I don't find another basic. I was actually kind of hoping to be able to Cyrus this guy in with a Gren. But I think it just is what it is. I mean, worst case scenario, if I top deck a Gren EX, I could just not attack if this weekend. I could swap into that, do some plays, but I think we'll just have to see what happens. But the Mars definitely hurt. The Mars definitely hurt us. We got first swing off though, so it's fine. You know, we can still find it technically, but it's not looking too good. Yeah, we only do 60, so I don't think it's possible for us to one-shot it unless we get like 2 more. Unless they place a Froakie, no error. I guess they could have no error done. We find 2 basics or like a basic plus a Gren, and I would definitely take that. You know. They only have 1 copy of Irida, and I feel like they're probably like not, they kind of like obligated to, you know, place a Froakie down potentially. So let's see if they fall for it. Do we have another Professor? We do. I mean, it's possible to freaking Professor into a basic Gren. Obviously, is it likely? Probably not, but I mean, you know, or really, who knows? But we just get the rare candy, so we're definitely going to do this. As well as use the Pokeball within out the deck. It is a second Froakie. I'm not going to place it down because I don't want my Suicune to get knocked out or take more damage than it needs to. So we're just going to swing for the 60, bro, and you know, I actually should have placed the Froakie down actually to guarantee 1-shot the next turn, but I just think it is what it is. Maybe I misplayed by that if they have the Irida. But if they also can't place their Froakie down either, if they want to do that play, because then I could full bench as well. Yeah, actually, I generally, if I might lose and not placing that Froakie down. If they have Irida, but they didn't have it last turn, so I don't think they would have used the last turn, but I guess we'll find out. No Irida, so my misplay doesn't matter, but at the same time, like, the Froakie kid came back to haunt me, bro. So, like, I don't necessarily think it was a misplay. They already used Mars, right? The thing is, if I could, so they're going for a Gren EX. Yeah, that is the one good thing. Okay, so if I place that Froakie down, how many? They only have. Do they have double Cyrus? They have double Cyrus. I'm not really willing to take that gamble, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I kind of want to. I don't have another Irida though, so this is not the best situation actually to be in. I think I should have attacked with Suicune. But I think this is fine. I don't want to give him a KO because I might need to place that Froakie because I kind of want to force him to go in for Gren EX if he has it, or like just kind of like see what happens. I mean, he probably does, but fuck. So I guess I should have placed the Froakie that turn actually too, because he's gonna go to Gren EX and then yeah, and I potentially lose now actually if I don't find my Iridas. I think I should have. I think I was supposed to take the knockout with the Suicune. At the same time, I can't. Yeah, this is not looking too good, bro. To be honest, it's not looking too good. I need Irida and Cape. Or Mars. Mars would also be kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of need. I think I need Mars the most because I need to get rid of that Irida in his hand. He just has the whole deck, dude. That's the problem. And if I took the KO of Suicune, I live 2 attacks still by Gren EX, so it's kind of like the same situation, anyways. But let's just see what's gonna happen. We do get Cape, which is I need to place this down, and I need to go into Suicune. Here to use Mars, I don't need to place the Cape yet. The Cape does not matter. And yeah, dude, if they have no Irida, bro, we could potentially win. I think they've already used Cape as well. So if they have no Irida, bro, that's possible. But it's not looking good because now they have to like kind of like Cyrus me in if they want to get rid of the Gren EX. Wait, this is actually fine. I win the game actually if he doesn't Cyrus and Greninja. Actually, I just win the game because I have Gren Cyrus. Almost missed that play. Let's fucking go. We win. GG's. Let's fucking go. Dude, I've just wanted to make top 16, dude. That's all I wanted to make. Thank God. I almost didn't see that line, dude. I was about to be Doomer for a second, and then I was like, oh, wait a second. I was like thinking, like, what can I Cyrus in? OG Gren EX still has her, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are going in top 16 facing Hydreigon. No way to replay if blocked. Yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah. Going first, bro. Dude, it's not the worst going first hand, but like if I had a Suicune and another Froakie in the back, then maybe. But like the Froakie is kind of fucking me over, bro. Like these guys got to stop being in the active. Maybe if I get like a rare candy, like I need like a rare candy Gren, bro, like off of Professor Research. Like I don't even know what else. How many Cyruses does my opponent play? Let me like low-key pull up the deck list on my side monitor. Wait, hold on. My opponent has Geo. They don't have Geo, dude, but like I think I'm gonna want the giant cape anyways on the Suicune. So sure. I think I'm gonna have to water energy. Irida, swap out Suicune and just stall a turn, which sucks. We don't see anything. Yeah, you guys are low-key, bro. My bad. You guys aren't missing much, bro. We just saw it's just a Froakie lead. I don't have to hide the code, bro, because there's like 2 people who've like taken the code before. I mean, there's no way they don't have Hydreigon, right? I could bank on them not having it, but I think that's just a stupid ass play. I gotta play around Cyrus. If they have fucking Sabrina, bro, they have Sabrina. Like, it just is what it is. I can't play around every single option. Preferably I get like a Greninja also. Rare candy, of course. Yeah, if I had that rare candy, I could have actually like evolved the Gren cape. Obviously I keep this Suicune, so it was too late, but yeah, thanks for letting me know about the picture. I always forget sometimes. Maybe he doesn't have, dude, if he doesn't have it, then I'm kind of chilling. But I mean, just if he doesn't have a red Hydreigon in 8 cards, I mean, I'm getting super lucky. Yeah, I was about it. Like, I'm not surprised. What I could do though is if you put something like an Indeedee down, I could Cyrus in the Indeedee to stall a turn, and that generally might be what I have to do, just to you know, energy lock him. I think he does that. Wait, what? I didn't realize this was fucking Dusknoir Hydreigon, bro. What? Oh, I'm cooked. I like low-key. Hold up, bro. Does he have X speed? He does not have X speed. I gotta fucking Cyrus this guy in, bro. I'm not gonna cap. I really need to stall that turn. Mars, not good at all. Sabrina, this guy could actually eat dirt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just memeing. I have the giant cape, so it's fine. If he wants to swap back out, you like whatever. But at the end of the day, it just is what it is. I'm gonna Mars him, and hopefully he doesn't evolve or something. Or he's gonna swap out this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna Mars and make him not evolving, and then like doing some sort of swap out play. I know he didn't evolve this turn, but he probably just doesn't want to evolve while it's in the active, and yeah, something like that. And maybe I give him like freaking Absol now or something. I'd lose the game because of it, but there's so much stuff going on that I can't control right now. Yeah, I think this is fine. Froakie would have been sick, dude, because I would have just, you know, placed the Froakie down and go for the Gren EX play, but I did give him a Pokeball, which sucks. That's not what I wanted to see. I mean, I guess if it's the second Dusknoir, bro, like, wait, no, it actually is. It's either going to be Dino. That fucking dude. Oh my, this guy just has everything. Fuck. It's Mega App. Yeah, this is cooked. I fucking Mars him, and maybe I shouldn't have Mars him, dude, but like at the same time, like I couldn't let him retreat and then do all that stuff. So there's like technically still a way I can win this game. It's hella low odds, but I have to get like a Froakie this next turn. But I think this game one is just cooked, dude. This has just been a massive brick. And like if I had like a Suicune store, I feel like this would have been fine. The Irida is not bad, but like I don't know what that does for me at the end of the day. If I swap out 2, I'm minus energy, so I think I'm just cooked unless I top deck like a I think this is cooked, bro. Like I don't think like I have to like top deck Irida. No, that's not even possible, bro. I need Irida in the same turn as freaking Froakie. My Suicune's also doing 0 damage. Ah, fuck. Yeah, this is just cooked. This is just cooked. I mean, there's nothing I could have done. Because like if like no matter what I'm doing, I'm losing a Pokemon, and if I swap out, like I don't have any energy, and like that was just a game 1 brick, bro. Like I can't really get mad about that. If we just started a Suicune, I think we were fine. I generally think we were fine because we would have got so many more draws. We wouldn't be minus on the energy. He's gonna brick himself because what do you mean Hydreigon Dusknoir, dude? Like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I shouldn't have Mars. I think maybe the Mars was I think the Mars might have lost me the game, bro, because like maybe he didn't have the second rare candy now that I'm thinking about it, because you already used one on Hydreigon. Well, I don't know. But at the the same time, like the Mars giving them the Absol, like it's all in hindsight. Let me just go second. Yeah, he just has so many cards in hand. Like I was like, I also didn't want to have him like a Sabrina or anything. So we went second Suicune, bro. That's like more than I could ask for. Let's see the Dusk thing. No, we don't get in the active. I have Mars though, which honestly like might just be the wave, depending on what I see in that hand, dude. Like I wouldn't be a. I don't like turn 1 Mars when I don't have any basics. I guess I could go for a Gren EX. All right, Rocky Helmet is getting placed down. Oh, this is awkward, bro, because if I'm Mars him, I don't find any basics, I don't do anything. I'm gonna Professor Research, and I guess if he just has it, he has it. Like, fuck it. Yeah, fucking good thing I freaking professored, bro. I might just be cooked. I mean, I think I'm cooked actually if he has it, bro, with this hand. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, I need a Gren EX, so I need to get a Froakie. They just always have it, dude. I don't know what to say. Yeah, this just might be a GG's. Honestly, this just generally might be a fucking GG's. I could have Mars, and then it's like if I Mars and they got it, I would have lost anyways. So the Mars, you never know if it was going to be a good player or not. But yeah, it's not looking good. I need to get a Froakie then Mars this turn or something, and that's like a way I could win this. But I think Omega. I guess I don't fucking know, bro. I think I'm just cooked. I think it's just cooked. I guess if I what? How many basics do I need to draw so he can't attack? I mean, this is just not even funny. If he doesn't evolve into a second Hydreigon, bro, or have a Mega Absol, it's fine. No Mega Absol, Brent, I'm chilling. Fucking shit. I need him not to have a Mega Absol, bro. That's what I need him not to have in this game, is just giving him every opportunity to find it. I mean, if he doesn't have it, bro, that he's just like the unluckiest player, right? Because I could Mars Greninja EX and I could win this if he just never draws anything useful. Yeah, that's what I'm asking, bro. I think attacking was fine. I think that was still the correct play. Low-key, double Froakie would go crazy. So I could ping, knock him out, bro, and just win the game like that. Okay. It's not over, bro. It's not over until it's over, bro. They have so many cards they could potentially brick on. So let's just see if any of them work. Hydreigon of Dusknoir or some greed. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, low-key. Watch him just like, yes, fucking dude! That dude has every fucking draw card in the deck. What am I supposed to do? That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, why can't I draw good? I draw like god tier, dude, when I'm facing like freaking, you know, it's Terry deck, dude. But I face freaking Weenie Hut Jr., bro, and I'm freaking over here just like, I mean, if he has no Absol. Well, actually, Absol doesn't matter because he's energy lock, bro. But if he has no second Hydreigon, bro, we're fucking chilling, dude. That's all I care about, bro. Just no second Hydreigon. Or no fucking Cyrus, bro. No Cyrus and Hydreigon. That's what I'm worried about. I don't care about anything else, bro. We're making a comeback, dude. I don't fucking care. We're winning this game somehow. Come on. That's one guy gone, bro. One guy gone. He has to have specifically Hydreigon and Cyrus this fucking next turn, bro. Dude, hold up. How close am I to Mars? Or Cyrus? That's what I'm thinking, but if I don't draw my Cyrus, dude, then I'm kind of cooked as well. And if he draws the Mega Absol, we can start setting up on it. He has to have... If I don't get Cyrus, bro, then I can't Cyrus in the Hydreigon, and then I lose. If it's bottom one. You know what, dude? We're going... If he dude, this just... I feel like he would have evolved, bro. I feel like he would have evolved the Hydreigon, dude. I don't care. We just got to go for it, bro. We can't let a Mega Absol get set up. We cannot let a Mega Absol get set up. I just don't care. We need this dude to go in the active. Don't even ask, dude. Don't even ask, because we already lost one game. This is game 2. Yup. Come on, bro. Hit the concede button. Hit the concede button. Hit the concede. Did he use? If he used it game 1, then actually wait. If he used it game 1, by the way, then I'm actually gonna call that, because I lost that game. But obviously, if he uses it again, then I'll call it this match too. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I'm also in like a pretty good position. I mean, I lost the tournament, bro, because I didn't call someone deckless for playing the wrong deck. And if he's generally using 2 Professor Researchers, I guess I didn't notice though. But yeah, if he's doing that. He's going to be energy locked though, like low-key. I also might just win anyway, so hold up. Might not even matter, bro. Might not even matter. Yeah, I might just win here, bro. Like Loki. Let's just see what happens. But even if it's just like a replay, bro, because I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I gotta really start paying attention more, bro. You know, everybody uses 2 Professor. I mean, I'm Marsum the 1, dude. Like, let's just be real. Playing around copycat. Nah, dude, I actually almost lost to Marsing someone earlier. I Mars them into Professor Research. Okay, so I'm gonna call it if he uses a Professor Research after this Mars because he has 2 copies and he should only be on 1. Like I'll do that, but I should just low-key win here, right? Unless he specifically gets, even if like he would have to get like the perfect hand, bro, to even be able to play this out. So it just is what it is, bro. Like I don't. He's just kind of cooked, bro. He's just kind of cooked now. Yeah, we didn't need it anyways, bro. We didn't need it. We didn't need it. I'm gonna start paying more attention to the deck list, bro. I'm gonna start paying more attention to the deck list because that's on me. Anyways, we made top 8 due to my opponent was cheating technically, but we know we take those, bro. And we're using old reliable with the Granny. Although going first, man, too much. Go, however, Suicune lead, bro. Could be worse. Could be worse. Indeedy. Yep. Suicune lead, alright. Kind of sucks, but whatever. Let me see the Froakie Rare Candy, come on. Let me see the Froakie Rare Candy, come on. Let me see it. Yep. Bet. Low-key keep on both of them. Is Absol still good in this meta? Yeah, Absol has like 3 different decks right now. He has Gren Absol, which is a little bit of a high roll deck. You know, it's kind of an Exodia deck. You need to draw a lot of pieces for it to do good, but I think it's still a good deck. Oh yeah, he was, bro. He was. Griff was in the grand finals, bro. It's also good in the Dark Zone, although I think Dark Zone is falling off a little bit, but I still think it's a good deck at the end of the day. It's like that nice like low high tier, maybe top mid tier deck. I'm gonna need to see this rare candy, dude, or I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna need to see this rare candy, bro. Come on, that's an L. If I attach the Suicune, I only take 60, maybe 80 damage. I can Irida it back up. The problem is if I get freaking Cyrusson on my Froakie, I have to attach the Suicune because I have the Irida. Maybe he full benches and I top deck rare candy Gren? Hella cope, but maybe. Yeah, I think if they Cyrusson my Froakie, bro, I think it might just be cooked. Frogadiers and double rare candies are bottom 7, by the way. Yeah, it's fucking over. It's not necessary. It's not over, but it's like pretty bad. But actually, I can make a comeback. I can make a comeback of this. It's not our first rodeo. Also, you know, it's game 1, bro. Come on. Dude, I just got 2 dead cards back to back. This is not really good for me. Maybe I shouldn't have placed the Suicune. I lose the Cyrus anyways. And I kind of need to 2-tap this guy in case he has like Indeedee Irida. I think it's fine. I didn't want him to do too much damage to my Suicune. That was kind of the problem. Because I want to be in a range where I don't get KO'd. But I think if he has double Gren, I just lose anyways. Or like a second Suicune. So I guess it's just is what it is. I'm pretty sure I lose no matter what, right? Because he's doing 100 damage. He's hitting. Yeah, I lose this game. I mean, the he's knocking out that weekend, bro. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. It just is what it is. If he didn't have it, then maybe the damage was on my side. Going first again though kind of fucking sucks if we don't get Greninja, which holy brick. Roni. Give them an DD lead, please. Like, even this out. I don't know why I'm like cursed to go first in Suicune mirror matches, because even in Swiss, or not Swiss, dude, even in top 32, I think we went first like more games. They just have it all though. Like, we might just be generally cooked. I mean, it's not over. I mean, it really depends on the top decks, dude. Let's see. Yikes. If he has a Gren, I lose. Yeah, if he has a Gren next turn, I lose. Because he will do 100 damage. I can't go with that guy though. That's the worst part. If I go with that guy, that doesn't do anything. I don't even have Cyrus. Like, if I had Cyrus, I could actually like Cyrus in the Suicune, install that way, and actually kind of be chilling. And if I swap out, I'm just so bad. I'm just so minus on energies. I'm not gonna lie, dude. If he has the Gren, he has the Gren. I am gonna do this play to swap out or just top deck the Gren EX. I think it's my best option. I genuinely think it's the best option. If he has Cyrus in the following turn, bro, and I also lose to that, like, so be it. But I just need to get a Gren EX, bro. That's all I need. Come on, top deck king. I have to play around double Cyrus, bro. It's not looking good. Do I just fucking start attacking? I think I have to go aggressor, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I still lose to a Gren though, so I guess I shouldn't have done this. I also lose to a Cyrus. Fuck. I don't know, dude. I don't think I had a good option. I guess I just feel like he would have had the Cyrus. I think I should have retreated. I thought I was going to be at 20 more HP than I was. I shouldn't have put the Suicune down, and I actually could have tanked it for Greninja for one more turn. And if he has the Gren, he has the Gren. I mean, I think I was in a shit position anyways. That actually gives me hope on the low key though. Like if I can find the Gren EX now avoiding Mars, like there's actually kind of some hope. I'm probably gonna get Mars, bro, but like whatever. I should have placed it down last turn. Nah, it doesn't matter. Put it on Suicune or I put it on Gren EX, dude. I feel like I kind of need a Gren EX, dude, to win this game. Shits. Does Suicune ever win me? Because he's gonna be doing 80 on the board. 80 on the board is like low-key not enough. Unless he places down another Froakie himself. I'm gonna get Mars though. That's the part that sucks. I mean, we have 2 out of 5, dude. We ball, bro. Like, it just is what it is. I think we're in a position where we're already not looking good. Like, I think we just have to do it. Is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I just don't see how Suicune wins me an endgame, especially with the Indeedee. Yeah, Suicune generally does not win me anything. It doesn't do enough damage output. I need to find the Gren EX. That is my only win condition. Mars would also be kind of nice to Mars him after this, and like I maybe could like stall a turn or buy some time, but let's just see what happens. I'll go in with Suicune because obviously if I get Gren EX, I could just swap out. I mean, I have a 2 out of 5. I need Mars, Gren EX back to back. Actually, he just wins over Candy Cyrus too. Or actually, no, he doesn't. But he does in the following turn, so I think it's over, bro. I think we had 2 really bad bricks. Yeah, it's over. Cyrus, right? Yep. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see what the next draw is, just out of curiosity, bro. I mean, dude, this guy played good. I had some pretty bad hands. It's just unfortunate, but at the end of the day, dude, Suicune mirror match. Can't really say anything. I think I played the best that I could with what I was given, so I don't really regret any decisions. Okay, so Gren EX bottom 3, by the way. Gren EX bottom 3, which is kind of ironic, dude, that he had the Gren EX faster than I was when I was playing the double Gren EX build. But GG's, bro, GG's. After editing this, bro, I went first with Froakie way too many times. This game actually hates me.